In this video, you're going to install Node.js on your computer. So to install Node, you just need to go to the nodejs.org website and click on the download button. Now, I suggest going for the latest version available to take advantage of the latest features for your applications. So at the moment, it's version 11.2.0. You don't have to worry, you can always upgrade to future versions using some simple commands, which I'm going to include in the documentation of the course. And also, if you've got Node already installed on your computer, you can use those simple commands to upgrade to this version. So just make sure you do that. So I'm going to click on this button, and this is going to download the package which will install Node on my computer. So if you keep clicking through the installation process, this is going to install Node on your computer. So I'm not going to do that because I've got Node already installed. So a couple of important files are going to be installed on your computer, and those are both executable files. So an executable file is a file which will execute a set of instructions in your computer when you run that file. So the first file is Node, and this is the file which will be responsible for running your Node applications. So whenever you open or you run a Node application, that's the executable which will be responsible for running your app. And this is the location where you can find that file. npm is another important executable, and this one is going to be responsible for managing the different packages or Node packages that you install on your computer. And we're going to cover npm later on, and that's going to be a very important topic. Alright, so once you install Node, you need to check that Node has been successfully installed on your computer. So to do that, you're going to need to use what we call the command line or the command prompt or the terminal. So if you are on a Mac, you can just type command space and then terminal, and then double click on terminal, and this is going to open the terminal for you. If you are on Windows or Linux, then you can use Window R, then command, and then enter, or Control Alt T on Linux, or just click on terminal in your programs menu. So the command line is the old way of communicating to a computer. So in the old days, people did not have such nice user interfaces we have today, where we can just double click on folders, open files by double clicking on them, and so on. They had to use the command line just like this, by writing text and telling the computer what to do through commands. So anything you write there is called a command. So at the moment, you don't have to worry too much about the command line, as in the next video, you're going to go through a command line crash course. So for now, I'm going to use some simple commands just to make sure that we've got Node installed on our computer. So to check the version of Node we've got installed on our computer, the command is node space -v. So if you see this, this means that you've got Node version 11.2.0 installed on your computer. Now remember those couple of files, the executables? Let's check that we've got them inside our computer. So to do this, we can check what we call an environment variable called path. So first, what is an environment variable? So an environment variable is a global system variable which can be accessed by any process running on your computer. So one example of these variables is the path variable. So let's check what's inside this variable. I'm going to run echo path like this. So this is the syntax for a Mac. If you are on Windows, you can write echo percentage path like that. All right. So what we've got inside this variable is a set of directories where you can find executable programs. All right. So executable programs on my computer are located in those directories, and these are separated using colon. All right. So now let's check what we've got inside this one. So to do that, I'm going to type this command ls and then the directory. And you can see that we've got Node and we've got npm, which we installed earlier. I've got other things like brackets, and it's another executable which allows me to open files using brackets from the command line. And you can do that as well if you want. So you can just go to brackets and go to file, install command line shortcuts. All right. And if you do that, you'll be able to open files using brackets directly from the command line. And we'll see examples of this in the next video. All right. Now, if you want to see all the environment variables on your computer, there is a good command for that. So in a Mac, it's env, all right, or printenv, like this. Both are okay. So I'm going to try env, and this is going to print all the different environment variables I've got on my computer. So path is right there. So if you are on Windows, instead of env, you type set. Now let's have a look at what is called REPL in Node. REPL stands for Read-Eval-Print-Loop, and it can be used to run JavaScript code just like you do in the Chrome console. So if I go to the Chrome console, I can run JavaScript code easily from here. So let's console.log hi, for example. Let's define a variable x and set it to 1. Let's console.log x, and you can do so many other things in the console. Now, similarly, if you go to your terminal, you can type node, and now you'll be able to do whatever you were doing in the Chrome console. You can console.log something like this. You can also define a variable. You can do multiplication operations, addition, and so many other things. To exit this mode, you can just type .exit like that. And if you want to know more about this module, you just need to go to the documentation page by clicking on the link REPL, and this will show you many things like the commands and special keys, some examples, and so on. All right, in the next video, you're going to go through a command line crash course, which will help you master the terminal and make your Node learning journey easier.